everyone, welcome back to the channel. So basically, well, forgive my outfit, I've been for a run today and I still haven't even got changed. I've just been lazy, so. And forgive the state I look in as well for after a run. I look so tired right now. I'm literally so tired after that run. Let me just sort myself out. Oh my god, I look a mess. Oh my god. So basically, my video today is basically the reasons why I'm not a Bollywood fan anymore. So it all started, I basically grew up watching the films since I was a kid. Grew up watching the films from like the 80s, 90s, 2000s as well. Great films. Were some good films and great music as well. Like some films I just love. Still to this day, I absolutely love those films. They're just still some of my favourites. I still have some of my favourite Bollywood films and classics, and some of my favourite actors and actresses I absolutely adore. Still to this day, and some songs that I still love as well. But I'll just say in the past few years, what's happened is just, I don't know, I just don't like the films. I just think all the films have turned very much the same. Like, I just think it hasn't really moved forward as an industry. That's what my words basically, what I'm trying to say. It hasn't really moved forward as an industry. I just think in that, like, it was okay when it was corny, like in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, you know, what industry wasn't corny in them days anyway, is what you expect. But I just think from the 2010s, I just think they're still corny. I just don't think it's grew. I don't think it's changed. I just think, like, I'd say the older films were at least better. I know a lot of them were just a lot of the times love stories, what you expect, but at least they did try with different films and, you know, they did try some different stories. And, you know, I grew up loving, like, you know, actors like, of course, there's like Saif Ali Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, and also Amir Khan. I absolutely love. Still to this day, I do love these actors. I love Aishwarya, of course. Aishwarya is just like one of my favorite actress, and all these actresses like Grishma, and who could actually act as well. They were just like such good actresses back in the day, and now I just feel like it's just an industry with a bunch of star kids. I'm not being mean. It is literally they've just had like the golden ticket into the industry just because their parents or a relative is in the industry. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just feel like at least care, at least look like you care. At least you don't just be in it because because you're going to get some fame from it, and just because you're just there for a paycheck. A lot of them have. I watch the films. A lot of them, I just feel like have this attitude. They're just there for the paycheck. It's just such a shame. So let's have sorry, I've like wrote it down what I need to say because I don't want to miss anything. Otherwise, I'll be like, I missed everything. Sorry, my baby has really like, go back. Oh, now I've messed with it and it's gone everywhere. Oh my god, I'm so weird. Sorry, give me a second. I'm really weird, and I've just like dropped my head just like too. So, like, because in them days, like back in the day, they could act. They could act. There was fair enough. There was some that really couldn't act, but at least they were trying. At least they were trying to act. I just feel like now some of them just really can't act. It's literally like no passion for acting at all. I just think because like in the past few years, I just think the really good actors that have come through are basically like I wrote in that is there's Shishad. I can't say his name. How do you say his name? Oh my god, I just forgot to say his name. I do like him as well, and I just don't know how to pronounce his name ever. It's really embarrassing. I like Boniti Chopra, who's like Priyanka Chopra's cousin. I think like in the past few years, her coming through, she is a really good actress. I do like her. There's Sushant Singh Rajput. How can I not say the name properly? But I think he's a brilliant actor, and I just think like Ranveer Singh is obviously such a good actor that's come out in the past few years. I just think at least he cares. At least he cares. I do think he's a good actor and he can dance as well. There's something unique about him. I do really like him, and there's like actors like Yami Gautam who is actually a good actress. Huma Qureshi can act as well. I just think these actresses are really good. I do like all these actors and actresses that come out in the past few years. At least they you know care. At least they look like they care and they actually can act as well. And I just think the bad ones that have come out in the past few years are basically I'm probably gonna have the whole of India hate me now for saying this girl's name. Sorry, this actress's name, let me get it right. So Sonakshi Sinha is an awful actress. Her acting's always the same. All she plays is just a damsel in distress in nearly every role. All she wants to be is just eye candy. Well, fair enough. If you're getting paid to do that, then yeah, why not? Just be eye candy if you want. Good for you. But I just think like absolutely I really don't think she's a good actress. I'm just not a fan. I just feel like she's just there for her paychecks too. And Shraddha Kapoor, I just wish that's another one who's really not good. Sweet girl, she seems like a sweet girl in real life. I just feel like she just got in because her parents helped to get in. So who was famous? I think it was a mum or a dad. One of them two's famous. That's all I know. But that was probably from like the 80s when I was even born, to be honest. But she's a sweet girl, but I just think she can dance, fair enough, but it is an acting industry. Acting is number one, come on. But she really can't act. It's either like she either just overacting or just really bad underacting. Um, as in not underacting, what am I on about? Just like really terrible acting. Like she just talks in this really boring voice, and it's just like, please, just cheer up a little bit, please. It's not hard. Just cheer up a little bit. Just stop talking this boring voice. Like you just sound like you're not passionate about anything. Oh my god, she just don't help us. She really just doesn't help herself acting wise. And then when she's required to do a bit of like a hyper sort of role, like in ABCD2, which was a dance film, where she danced really good in it, but she was just doing so much overacting. She was very annoying in that film. And then like, oh, what was the other one where she was really doing bad overacting? Came out in 2014, Ik Villain, which means translated into English means one villain. I just think in there she was just doing such overacting as well in that film, and she was so annoying after a bit. I was like, oh my god, oh, so irritating. And then another actress that's come through in the past few years, I was a fan of her, sort of half and half. It's really weird with her. Alia Bhatt, who is literally a famous director's daughter. What's his name? Mahesh or Mukesh, but one of them two brothers got a similar name anyway. That's all I know. But she's basically his daughter, and I just think sometimes she does good acting. Student of the Year, I thought she was just awful in. I just hated that film so much anyway. Awful in Student of the Year. But then when she did Highway, I thought her acting was nice. I actually think she did really nice acting in that film, and I do enjoy that film a lot. But then the only problem is I just feel like a lot of times she depends on just crying and screaming around in films, doing like proper overacting just to like people to consider her doing some good acting. That's what I find with her. It's just weird with her because she can act, but I just wish she just didn't have to do so much overacting. I just get annoyed with her, like in that Uttar Punjab film. Literally, the whole time in that film, I watched that film. Some parts I enjoyed, some parts just dragged, but the whole time in that film, all she's doing is just screaming around, and I was just getting so annoyed. I was like, oh my god. Like some parts she was doing good acting, then some parts she was just screaming around, doing this over dramatic acting. Like, oh my god, that's all she was doing throughout the whole film, and it just really done my head in. I was like, you've actually got a good character to play, but all you're doing is just screaming around like, ah, ah. That's all she's doing. Really annoying, and oh, it's just so frustrating with her. And then she's trying to be Katrina Kapoor. Katrina Kapoor is a good actress, and she's trying to be her, like some of her face expressions, and even in real life, she tries to have her personality. Like, I'm just like, stop it. Just stop being so fake. Why don't you just be yourself and stop trying to be someone you're not? Well, which I say about a lot of like singers and actresses these days. They try to be, and actors as well, try to be someone else, and just be themselves. That's all they gotta do. And I think another one as well, I'd say like Sid Malhotra. Like, sorry, I haven't said his name in a while, so that's why my pronunciation is so off. I haven't said his name in a while, so that's why. I just think Sid is literally such a beautiful man. Nice to look at, great eye candy, I can't complain, but I just think he really can't act. He really can't act. Half the time he has no face expression. And I just think sometimes he just gets taken over by other actors on screen, and he just needs to put. I just don't know. I just don't find him a good actor. I really don't find him that good. It's such a shame. I actually like him. He seems like a nice guy in real life. I just wish he could add. Just please, just some acting. Just drill it into him, like someone, please. And then we got Varun Dhawan, who is David Dhawan's son. David Dhawan literally directed one of my favourite films as a kid, Judwa, which I absolutely love, starring Salman Khan in the 90s. And he's just such a brilliant director, and he's done some great comedy films in the past. And then his son is literally just come in the industry as an actor. And his son is just annoying. I just find him so annoying. Oh my god, he's so irritating. Varun Dhawan is. I just find him so fake in real life. He thinks he's funnier than he is. He's really cringe. And I just don't find him that good as an actor. I just think he's just there to show his looks, and he knows girls are just going to fancy him because he's good looking, and that's about it. I just think, and him trying to do comedy is literally cringe. It's just so bad to watch. It's like he's trying to copy other comedy actors, and it's like your dad is like the king of comedy in directing, and then you're his actor trying to do comedy, and it's really embarrassing because you're doing like really awful acting. Like, oh my god, it's just so, how can anyone mess up comedy though, acting wise? Like, even terrible actors can do comedy acting better. I just think with him, he's just, but even when but he's done serious roles like in Blood when he was playing a serious role, his acting was a little better in that. But then in that film, I did get a bit fed up. I don't know, I just got fed up with the film, to be honest. The film just dragged in some parts anyway, but I know it's based on a true story, but I don't know why they have to drag it out. Why do you have to drag it out? It's just simple. That's all it is. You have to drag it out. And we have Tiger Shroff that come out in the past few years, back in 2014. And Jackie Shroff's son. Jackie Shroff's an actor. So, sorry, itchy nose. I'm not picking it, I promise. So, we have Tiger Shroff, who literally is such a beautiful man. So beautiful, with a great body. And can do action scenes. He's very flexible. He can dance, and I love seeing him do action scenes. But I just think as an actor, he's just not that good. He has improved. I give him credit. He has improved. I can't really complain because he has improved compared to his first film. He's awful in his first film, Heat Up and He was awful in that film, but he has improved. So I can't really complain. So I think there is a chance for him to grow and improve. So I just hope he does. And we've got, oh yeah, and then finally the other actress that has come out in the past few years, who I forget even exists now and then. I know it sounds really mean, but her name's Kriti Sanon, who used to be she used to be a model. Yeah, she used to be a model. Then she got into acting. She did a few adverts, and then someone automatically said to her, "You should act. You should act. You can sort of act." I'm guessing they must have just said, and she just thought she was just amazing. And then I just forget she exists. I wouldn't say she's a brilliant, I wouldn't say she's a bad actress, and I wouldn't say she's brilliant. She's very average. She's very in the middle, but then she's very forgettable because, like, next to better actors than her on screen, she fades away as well. So I feel really bad, but that's what I feel about her. And then I don't like her attitude in real life. She's literally got a big stick up her ass, like she thinks she's better than other people, and it's just like, you're not really a great actress. So I'm not being mean, but why are you so up yourself? I don't understand. You've just got so much arrogance for what? So I just don't understand. So that's what's happened. It's just like all these people have come in, and people like go on about how amazing they are, but then some of them can't even act. And I'm like, are you even watching their acting properly, or you're just going along with it because they're so commercialized, they're constantly in the media? Is that what it is? Oh my god, he's got my hair out. Stop it. So, I'm just gonna leave it anyway. So basically, in the past few years, from the biggest films that came out, these are the films that I really thought were terrible when I watched them, and I'm like, how do they make so much money? These films are awful. So these are the films that actually, some of them made a lot of money. Well, actually, I think all of them made a lot of money. Yeah, all of them actually did make quite a bit of money. Actually, I don't even know why, but they were such awful films. So The Bung, I still don't understand why The Bung, with starring Salman Khan and Sonakshi Sinha, is still such a huge film in India. When I watched it, I nearly fell asleep. It was so boring. The story was boring. It drags in scenes. There's just too much talking, and there's quite a bit of action. Fair enough, at least there's some action, but I'm just like, what is good about it? I hated the film. I was like, why do people like this film so much? And there's Golmaal 3, which was just like an insult to the first two films. 3 was just awful. It looked like it was made on a 90s sort of budget, even though Bollywood has some of the biggest budgets ever. But then they're too busy paying. I'm guessing they're just too busy paying for locations because they always want to shoot in like foreign locations like London. Spending too much money on the on like the travel money for the actors to go there, actors and whoever is like behind the scenes, like offset as well, all the people offset too. Like, I think it's just too busy going to foreign locations, or too busy paying too much because they want to hire like the biggest actors. That budget is going on paying the actors. I swear it is. I swear the budget's going on paying all those actors that much money, like, to star in their film. So they literally have nothing left over. So even the newest Bollywood films look like they were low budget. Like, they look low budget. I'm like, you've got such a big budget and then you can't even like make it look good. Like, some of the camera work is so awful sometimes. I'm like, you've got a budget to hire a good cameraman and you literally have just like shot it so awfully. I'm like, I'm not saying all the films the past few years are like that. I'm not saying all Bollywood films are, but some of them have just been shot so awfully. I'm like, oh my god, what is that? I don't even know anything about camera work, and even I'm like, that camera fucking, I mean, sorry, excuse my language, that camera shot was so off. So, and Kites was an awful film. I can't even say anything about it. It's just that awful. I love Hrithik Roshan. I'm such a fan of his. I don't know why he done such trash. And then Anjani was just boring with Priyanka Chopra in. So boring. And then there was Bajrangi Bhaijaan with Salman Khan in, which was, oh my god, the most boring film I've ever seen. I felt like sleeping. It was so corny. It was 90s style, even though it came out in like 2015. Very much like a 90s style film. It was just really boring. The little girl's so cute. That's the only thing. The little girl's just cute, and that's about it. And then Salman Khan's just doing awful acting throughout. I just don't understand why India bows down to Salman Khan so much. I don't understand why they bow down to him. I'm like, he's a prick. You can see he's a prick. He treats his girlfriends like trash he's had in the past. He cheats on them. He's even been rumoured to beat his girlfriends. Are you joking? Why is India bowing down to him? Oh wait, the reason is because he does charity work to make himself look so nice and innocent. So they go and just watch his films over and over again. His rubbish films that he's literally the past few years he's had just rubbish films. He don't care about acting. He doesn't even want to act anymore. He could act back in the day, but now he doesn't even want to act anymore. You can see it in his face. He's thinking, oh, whatever, they just keep giving me films, they keep paying me, I don't have to do a good acting job. But because he does charity work, India bows down to him, and they just think he's amazing. And I know for a fact, me saying this in this video, if this video got around, people just call me an Indian hater straight away for even pointing that out. And it's literally like, I'm not an Indian hater. I was born in India. I was born in India. I might be brought up in England, but it doesn't make me an Indian hater. I love our culture. I love our films back in the day, Bollywood films. I absolutely love to this day. I still have my favourite actors and actresses. I do love our culture. So no one can sit there and call me an Indian hater because I know that would actually come out. I've been called an Indian hater before when I dissed Priyanka Chopra. And who's married to Nick Jonas, just in case anyone doesn't know who Priyanka is. He's married to Nick Jonas, who used to be, if no one knows who Nick Jonas is, he used to be part of Jonas Brothers back in the day. That's all I know about him, really, to be honest. And they recently got married, and I just wrote a simple comment on YouTube when they first got together that their relationship is literally, what was the word I was using? Literally just fake. They're just using each other to get something. And then all of a sudden I just got a bunch of people come at me on YouTube in a comment, calling me all sorts, saying, well, you're just jealous of her, like, accusing me being jealous of her, saying, have you seen yourself in the mirror? Like, someone literally hinted that at me. Oh, she looks better than you. Something like that it was. She looks better than you. And I'm like, I didn't diss anyone's look. I just said, huh? I just innocently said that relationship is fake. Which it is. Come on, it's fake. Look how planned out it is. Are people naive here? It's such a fake relationship. And I used to love Priyanka and respect her back in the day. I just think that over the past few years, she's just become so fake. She's just Hollywood hungry and doing anything just for it. It's just pathetic. Just because Meghan Markle got married, of course, Prince Harry royal wedding. Now she wanted her own wedding as well and just wants to, you know, be relevant just because of a wedding as well. And looks like it worked because people did not shut up about Priyanka and Nick Jonas getting married. I don't even know why. No one cares when normal people get married, but a famous person gets married, everyone goes mad. But that's what I got called when I got commented on. An Indian, and someone else called me an Indian hater as well. And I was just like, how am I an Indian hater? I'm Indian myself. Are you joking? That is just the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Like, grow up. I just feel like that's what will happen to me because of dissed Salman Khan in this film. In this video, going on about films. But in this video, because I've dissed Salman Khan, I'm going to get called an Indian hater. I know what's coming. So, and then there's Bodyguard that came out in 2011. Salman Khan again doing his awful acting, robotic acting. He might as well just play a robot in every film because he's so robotic. And he's just like literally got the same action film comes out again and again of his with a different name. It just gets recycled. That's all it is with his films. PK with Amir Khan in. I love Amir Khan, but I was disappointed he did PK. What was he thinking? He was basically playing an alien. But it just wasn't a good story. It was just so boring. It dragged. And they just copied Akshay Kumar's film Oh My God's idea towards the end. I just think it was just another film that felt recycled as well, and I just hated it. PQ came out is another film with a similar name, PK and PQ. PQ came out in 2015, starring Amitabh Bachchan, which is literally one of the biggest actors in Bollywood, who is a brilliant actor. I absolutely love his films. But I hated PQ so much. It was so boring. Oh my god, I sat through that cinema. I was like, it's not for me. At the end of the day, it was basically about a man who, I can't explain, he's just like, because he's like over 70, so he's getting like older people problems, if that makes sense. Like, an OAP has, and he can't go to the toilet. That's what the film basically is. And they made a whole film on it, starring Deepika Padukone as his daughter. Oh my god, so boring the film is. I was like, I'd actually laugh at the film if I was like, I understand if I was like in my 70s myself, I probably would laugh at the film. It's probably more for that age group, but the whole of India liked that film, and even people around my age were loving it. I'm like, are you joking? Well, nearly the whole of India. I'm not saying all of India, but a lot of people love that film, and I'm like, why? It's so boring. It was just ridiculous. I hated the film so much. And then there was like, and then another film that came out in the past few years was Bargi with Tiger Shroff in. That was literally the last film I watched, last Bollywood film I watched in cinema was Bargi, that came out in 2016, and it was just so boring. It started off okay, but then there was just scenes that just dragged in it, and I just felt like it was just very copied from other action films. And one problem, Bollywood really, I hate when they do this, they don't show, it's like the censor board doesn't let some action scenes get cut out, which really annoys me. It ruins the action of the film. It's like in the trailer, you see a particular action scene, and you're like, oh my god, oh, let's check this film out. Next thing, they've cut it out in the film, because India's censor board probably cuts it and says it's not for families, which is funny, because when Salman Khan's action film comes out, they show every inch of the action. Oh, that's funny, is it? Because Salman Khan you all think is God. Well, the censor board all probably think he's God, and we'll let him through. It's fine, we'll let his action films through and not cut anything out in his films. But any other actors' films that are action, let's just cut scenes out because it's not family friendly all of a sudden out of nowhere. What's the point? I just don't get it, and it's just really annoying. Not even letting Bollywood make an action film. They're not even like letting them do it because they'll just cut the scene out anyway. So what's the point? So it's just so out of order. It's like, would you want them to just make lovey-dovey films to please housewives? Is that what it is? Housewives and a few teen girls here and there? Is that all you want them to make? Because a lot of Bollywood films these days are just love films anyway. I know back in the days they were a lot of love films, but at least they tried different stuff. But now these days I feel like nearly every single one is just almost a love film. Even if it's a different sort of subject, they'll just somehow just shove a love story down our throats into it with the same dialogues. I love you, I love you. And then the same song lyrics, love songs, all sung by Ajit Singh, which is a really good singer for Bollywood songs, but then he has to sing the same lovey-dovey songs over and over again with the repeated lyrics that just get recycled again and again. And it's just literally just like, I feel sorry for the singer himself. Like, I'd just be like, can you literally give me something new to sing instead of all these boring love songs again and again that are just soppy and I sound like I'm about to cry? No thank you. Can you just give me something new? I'm a singer, I want something new to do. But those are the ones I've come in the past few years and I've just really not liked. And I don't know how they've made so much money. Oh yeah, and there's also a few other mentions like Jab Tak Hai Jaan, which was boring. Dilwale, terrible, boring. Hero Banti, boring. Reis, started off good, boring towards the end. Happy New Year, just boring throughout. They did not care about that film. Like, how could you just not care? Student of the Year was trash. I hated that film so much. It was just literally like, they tried to aim it for young people, but I was young at the time and I didn't like it. I hated it. I thought it was really boring. It was just so boring. Everyone's overacting and it was just like, what is everyone acting like? They're acting like a bunch of twats. The characters are just twats. I just hated them. I'm sorry. And Tamasha with Deepika and Ranbir Kapoor was a boring film of 2015 as well, which was just so boring. Oh my god, I just literally regretted spending my money on that film when I watched it in cinema. I was like, what is this film? It's just absolute boredom. Oh my god. Ooh, no. But then the films I have enjoyed in the past few years, really, really enjoyed. I might get dissed for liking these films. I might not be allowed to like these films. I should like the trashy films maybe. Not trashy films, but the terrible films that I've just mentioned, sorry. But the past few years, the films I have liked Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, Hrithik Roshan, set in Spain. I thought it was a really good Hrithik Roshan in, and Farhan Akhtar, Abhay Deol as well, Katrina Kaif, and why have I forgot her name? I forgot her name. What's the other actress's name? Oh my god, I forgot her name. Sorry, I haven't seen her in films in a while, so I forgot her name, and I really like her as well. I forgot her name. God. Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, set in Spain. It was just a really nice film. It was really interesting. Just like three guys go on like a little basically like a bachelor holiday to Spain, and they sort of like get over their own fears by one has to like jump off a, what was it, makes, it's like whichever, what was it again, it's basically one of them will pick like what's crazy stunt they want to do basically on holiday in this bachelor sort of like holiday, what they want to do. And of course one wants to jump off a plane, and then the other friend is scared of heights, so it's like getting over his fear. And then one wants to go underwater and swim with the do like an underwater dive, if that makes sense, in the ocean. So, but then one of the other friends is like, oh no, oh no. um, and then the third stunt they do is running with the bulls in Spain, and which is literally probably going to be scary for all three of them. So it was quite an interesting film. There's a few other extra stories in the film. One thing I liked about the film, it wasn't so lovey-dovey. It was just different from other Bollywood films. And the only thing that ruined it at the end of the film, when they put that song in at the wedding scene, I just thought, oh, now you've just uber Bollywood-fied it by putting the song in, when the film was actually something different from other Bollywood films, but you just uber Bollywood-fied it. And Katrina Kaif wasn't even needed in that film. She's a terrible actress, and she shouldn't even call herself an actress. She's awful. All she's done her whole career, she's been in the industry for more than 10 years, hasn't improved her acting one bit. They say she's a good dancer, but then when she performs on stage, she's actually stiff as anything. She can only dance when she's on camera. It's really weird. I don't understand. She like dances good in like the music videos that they're making for the Bollywood films, so that makes sense. But then in real life, when she performs on stage, she's stiff as anything. I don't understand why she's so stiff, and she looks bored. She has no face expression. I don't know if she's had that much Botox, that's why she has no face expression. But she's an awful actress. She shouldn't even call herself an actress. I'm sorry, like, you've literally fucked Salman Khan. Sorry, excuse my language, but she fucked Salman Khan all these years to get you relevant, and that's who helped you get in the industry. You used him to get in the industry. That's what's happened. And she just got all these big films because of who she was fucking all these years, and obviously she's not with him now anymore. Then she moved on to Ranbir Kapoor, who was literally who's part of the Kapoor family anyway, so he was another one that was relevant for her. Got with him, made her relevant, and she's just literally a terrible actress. I just don't know why she calls herself an actress. She don't care about acting, and it makes you angry when there's so many girls out there who want to act, and then you get her who just don't care about acting, because she clearly doesn't want to improve hers. She doesn't even want to improve her Hindi. She's that bad. Like, she goes to, like, she's been, of course, brought up here in England, and like lived in various other countries too, and went to India at the age of 18, and she still hasn't even like improved her Hindi. And it's so embarrassing to watch, because when I see her in interviews, she still tries talking English, and she's been there for 10 years, and then she speaks really awful Hindi in films, and it's literally like, why have you not tried to improve it, when there's other people that like would actually make an effort to improve it? But you have made no effort, because you clearly don't care. You just think Bollywood's a paycheck for you, and that's it. And because you're beautiful, you get all these films. And I might get called jealous just for saying this, but she's an awful actress. I'm sorry. Where's the talent? You're not Madhuri. Madhuri was a brilliant actress back in the day. Like, why would you not just inspire to be as good as her? Like, she was an amazing actress from the 90s, 80s, 90s. Such a good actress. And then you literally just come to this industry, you just take the piss. You just take the piss. She just takes the piss. Katrina Kaif just takes the piss. It's so embarrassing to watch. And then you get, and then I enjoyed Singham in the past few years. That was a good film with Ajay Devgan. Not the best action, but the film knew what it was. The film knew it wasn't anything brilliant, but I think the film wanted just me entertaining more than anything. And Ajay Devgan's acting, he's one of my favourite actors anyway, so he was just absolutely brilliant. I loved him in that film so much. And then we got sort about voice out 1 second. So we've got Houseful. I really enjoyed, funny comedy film. Akshay Kumar, Ritesh Deshmukh, all these like good actors were in it as well. Actually, who else did they put in the film? I can't remember the actresses though. Oh, it's Deepika, yeah. Deepika was in that film. Houseful was a funny film. Queen was a brilliant film. Ganga Ranaut, who is literally such a good actress. I think she's absolutely amazing. I just wish she got better films. Like, they just disrespect her. I just think she has such good acting skills, and they disrespect her and give her just bad films all the time, don't they? Such a shame. But I really like her. I'm such a fan. And Queen was just a brilliant film. So different from other Bollywood films. And you know what was good about that film's message? That in Bollywood films, they're always showing, be in love, find your partner, be in love all the time. But then in Queen, there was one good message about it. She basically, on her wedding day, she's getting married to the guy she's in love with. She's been with him for years, and the family, like, got them married and everything. So they're getting them married on the wedding day. Before the wedding, he cuts the wedding off and says, "Oh, I don't want to marry you," and he just gives like a really rubbish reason. And then all of a sudden, she just comes to a decision of just going on a honeymoon. Their honeymoon which was to Paris and Amsterdam. She decides to just go by herself. She's like, forget it, I'm just going to go by myself. I don't care. I just need to get away. So she goes and she just literally finds herself as a person. She's not really the most confident, strong woman. But then when she goes to these countries by herself, she makes so many friends. She has so much fun. Experiences so much, and it's just such a funny comedy film at the same time, but it's comedy done in the right way. It isn't like trying too hard, because some Bollywood comedies, it's just like they're trying too hard, and it just comes across as like they're aiming for, like Houseful 2 was awful. It was like they're aiming for 5-year-olds with the comedy, but I thought Queen's comedy was just so funny. It was just like, it wasn't even trying hard. It was just such a simple film, and it was just so funny. It wasn't trying hard. Then after she comes back off her honeymoon, she's literally just like a complete different, much stronger woman. And and what funnily happens, the husband, well, the fiance who was about to marry her, wants to get back with her, and then she's not interested. She's like, no, that's it. And then she's just single and just enjoying her life. And especially if you've been in a relationship for years like that, an abusive relationship where the guy was horrible to you, of course you would want like a good few months of just being single and just enjoying your life and just getting past it all. And then of course if you meet someone great in the future, then fair enough, go for it. And I just thought it was a good film. It was different from other Bollywood films. That's why I enjoyed it. I can't talk today. And then, yeah, I enjoyed Highway in the past few years, Krish Free, Doom Free. I enjoyed the Doom films anyway. And then Rocky Handsome I enjoyed. Some parts I didn't enjoy. I just thought it dragged in some parts, but some parts I enjoyed. The Lodge was a brilliant film, Amir Khan. There was Kamoshia. There was Didisham. I can never say that title right. Sorry, awful. Sorry, my accent's sometimes a bit awful. I enjoyed that film. Ajay Devgan in, great film. And Kamoshia was actually a really good, like, interesting horror film. I like the story of it, very different. Shame I just wish it was a bit more bigged up, the film. And Mum, which came out last year. Pink came out, no it wasn't, one minute. Mum came out last year. Pink came out in 2017. So I did enjoy the most recent Bollywood films I've watched. Both I watched on Netflix, and I did enjoy the films, both of these films. But the only problem with these films, I wanted to watch the films because they seemed very, very realistic, and I did want to see what they were about. And when I watched them, I just I did enjoy them in some parts, both of the films, but in some parts I did think both of the films dragged as well. That was my only problem. And the one issue I do have with Bollywood, they do drag their films. Sometimes there's a bit too much talking and it's not really necessary, and that's what my problem is with Mum and Pink. But with going on to Pink, I loved Amitabh Bachchan's acting in it. I just thought he was just brilliant. He was literally the show stealer in that film. I think he was just absolutely amazing. So I do love him in that film. And then with Mum, I thought it was a really good film. I thought it was a very interesting film. Just the only problem, it dragged. But I love Sridevi anyway. She's literally shame she's literally passed away last year. It's literally like one of the most talented actresses literally left us, and I absolutely loved her. Grew up watching her films, and brilliant dancer, brilliant actress. She could play any role so easy. She's like a chameleon. She's just brilliant, and she was just so good in this film. Her acting was just absolutely amazing. I do like her a lot. But that's the problem. They do drag, though, the films do, and that's what I get annoyed with Bollywood about. They do drag. So what was I on next? And yeah, another thing with Bollywood films, they feel very unrealistic. It's just like the way some situations happen, you just think this wouldn't happen in real life. I understand not every film has to be realistic. You can just, do what you feel like. Fair enough. I understand if a director does want to do what they feel like. I understand. But I just feel like Dilwale in the past few years, Bagi, Student of the Year, and Tamasha were very unrealistic. I was just like, oh my god, seriously, why? Why? That's what they feel like, and it's just like, sort of like, I just don't know. I swear it's just like a bunch of people just sitting in a room together thinking, what film can we like repeat? Repeat, but just change it around a little bit. What would kids like? Let's just randomly do this. Let's randomly just do that. Let's just not bother being creative anymore. We used to be creative back in the day, but let's just not be creative anymore. We can't be arsed. Let's just recycle and just repeat it again. Which brings me on to my next subject, which is copying movies. I know every industry copies and inspires from other industries, fair enough, but Bollywood copies a bit too much. They need to stop copying music. They need to stop copying films from other industries, or stop copying within their own industry. They even copy music within their own industries. There's been some beautiful 90s songs that I loved as a kid, And what they do, remake them and ruin it for me, and I'm like, thanks for that. Thanks for remaking this song and ruining it for me. Like I mentioned in my 10 worst songs, when they literally took that song from Bagi 2 and just remade it and just ruined it. Thanks a lot. I just don't understand why. And they copy Ahmed Diab a lot, who is basically an Arab singer. Ahmed Diab's got some very beautiful music, and they seem to copy him a lot in Bollywood as well. And I just feel sorry for him. I just feel like saying to him, why don't you just do like a... Well, why don't you just say something to him? Like, you should say something that people are just copying his music. It's not fair. I'd be so annoyed if someone was copying my music. God, that's a lawsuit on them if anyone copied me. But, and one thing I'm so annoyed about is literally they're remaking Drive, Ryan Gosling's film, which came out a few years ago. And Drive, I've only watched Drive once, but I did enjoy it. I do like Ryan Gosling. He's a brilliant actor. And I don't know why they're remaking Drive. So Drive is going to star Sushant. I can't say his name. I don't know if it's an S at the beginning. Sorry, I've not said his name in a while as well. Sushant Singh Rajput is starring in that film, and I just think, how are they going to remake it? Because the problem with Bollywood, they just do the same thing again and again. They're just going to shove a massive corny love story down our throats. I know what's coming in this. And the action, they're just going to cut it anyway because it's not a Salman Khan film. The Sensible will just cut it anyway. Isn't it funny how the Sensible just cuts action scenes, but then Sunny Leone gets her fake boobs out? I don't understand, and starts dancing around in little item songs. Basically, item songs are basically sexy songs of Bollywood, which come in the films now and then. But then all item songs these days are just repetitive. They're all just doing the same dance moves. And then Sunny Leone, she said she wanted to do. She's literally an ex-porn star from Canada. Actually, I think she lived in America. I don't know what it was. Between Canada and America, anyway. Comes into Bollywood. Comes on the Indian Big Brother, and literally came on there, got some fame. And all of a sudden, she comes into the films, she wants to act, then all of a sudden, all she does is just literally eye candy roles. That's all she ever does. And then she said herself she wouldn't mind doing a serious film if it was offered to her. Then why are you still doing the same films? Why are you still doing those same item numbers? Like, isn't it funny the Sensible would let that go through, though, don't they? With her with the tiny clothes and her fake boobs falling out. They're funny how they let that through, but then they won't let, like, action films through of a non-Salman Khan film. That's what makes me laugh. They let those action scenes, Salman Khan's action scenes, go through, but they don't let any other action film scenes go through. But yeah, Sunny Leone there with the boobs up, she's allowed to go through, isn't she? Good for her. But I just think Sunny Leone is another one who can't act anyway. Like, she's overdone it with surgery on her face. She was already beautiful. She didn't even need any work done. I don't know why she's had so much surgery on her face. And it just annoys me how she's literally, like, saying she wants to do serious films, and she just does the same thing. You're just eye candy in every film. If I was her, I'd just tell them to fuck off and be like, if you're not going to give me serious films, well, not serious films, but like better roles, but I'm not always eye candy. If you're not going to give me that, then fuck off. I'm just gonna go back. You just clearly disrespecting me just because I'm an ex-porn star. That's why you're giving me this stuff, just because of what I used to do. But obviously I want to step out of being a porn star. I want to do something different as I'm getting older. And it's just like, no, you guys are just giving me the same thing. Oh, I just don't know why she just doesn't tell them to shove it. So, yeah, I don't know why they're doing a remake of Drive. And they've called it Drive 2, which is even worse. I'm like, why have you called it the same name? Couldn't you be creative and think of something? Oh, no, they couldn't think of something, could they? They just can't be asked to be creative anymore. And they're going to ruin Drive. Drive is a brilliant film. They're going to ruin it. Luckily, the actor who's starring in the Bollywood one can act, but they're just going to completely ruin it. And I know what's coming. I know what's coming. Oh, God. I'm scared for this film. But all I just say is, thank God I still have my favourite films. Like, I do have, like, my all-time favourite films that I still watch again and again and still enjoy and love so much. Like, at least there was some effort put into them, and that's what I respect. Like, I love Judwa, which has Salman Khan back in the day when he actually used to bother acting. And there's, like, Force, Badshah, Dal as well, because I love Aishwarya. I'm a massive Aishwarya fan. But I just think even with Aishwarya, she's now just doing films for... I just don't know, just doing the films, but she doesn't even seem interested herself in Bollywood. I just look at her and think, I think she just hates the industry herself, to be honest, now. But it's such a shame. It's such a shame. But I think she's fed up with the industry herself, so she's like, all right, just give me these roles. And poor Hrithik Roshan is one of my favourite actors. And I just feel like with him, he's not really doing many films because he's kind of giving up on the industry too a little bit. I bet he is. And Saif Ali Khan's barely coming in films now because he's probably thinking, I'm fed up with this industry. Oh my god, I can't blame them though. It's just so Bollywood's become so uncreative now. They just don't bother anymore. Like the film Sanju came out. That is probably one of the most recent Bollywood films I watched. That came out all the way last year, and it was just literally, basically the actor Sanjay Dutt from back in the 80s and 90s. He's a brilliant actor. So it was a film just based on his life story, played by Ranbir Kapoor, and it was just a really, can't explain. Some parts were okay, some parts I did enjoy of the film, but then a lot of them just dragged and it was very boring. And I'm just like, you just done the same as other Bollywood films, just dragged it all out. And then I just thought some parts were just uber corny as well. I'm like, it's based on someone's life story. Why have you Bollywoodified this too? Like, what are they doing? It's just, oh my god, it does my head in. And it's just like, thank god I still have my films, like, Fashion Force, that I still love, that I'll just watch them films now. I'm not interested in any new Bollywood film, to be honest. I'm just going to watch my favourites, like the Doom films and everything, and Fashion, Raz 2, Fashion I've just said, Dostana, and all these films that I just loved back in the day. I'm just going to stick to just watching them because what's happened to the industry, like what has happened, is just literally completely ruined. It's ruined it completely. So recently, one of the greatest actors passed away, which was Garhar Khan, which was one of the most amazing comedy legends of Bollywood, especially in the 80s and 90s. He's been around for many years. He's been around in the industry, and he was just such a brilliant actor. He just cared about acting. You could tell he just cared and had passion for it as well. And he's just so brilliant. And it just was, and his comedy was never forced. It was actually just so like he wasn't overacting or anything to do his comedy, to like act out his comedy. He wasn't overacting. He would just do it in this most like, his comedy style was just very unique. He would just do it in like a very smart way, and then it was automatically, it was just funny because he just used to act it out that well that it was just funny. He didn't have to overact to do it, which is like Bollywood's biggest problem with comedy films. They have to overact, as in some comedy films they have to like overact to show it's funny, and it's like, stop it. Someone like Garhar Khan, he just didn't even like have to try, and he was just brilliant. Well, he did try, of course. He didn't have to try overacting to prove that he's a good comedy actor, if you know what I mean. But I just thought he was absolutely brilliant actor. And then when I heard about, literally in the new year, he's passed away, I was just like absolutely devastated. It's such a shame. It's just like, and Devi passed away as well last year, and she was just an amazing actress. Just, she truly cared about acting. I absolutely, just a legend. Absolutely, these legends are just like Anorm Puri as well, which passed away. I mean, who passed away? Sorry, correct my English. Who passed away? Literally, I think it was like 2016, 2017. He passed away in, and he was just a brilliant actor that didn't even have to like overact to show he's a good actor. He just like done act in the most amazing way. Like I don't really know acting that well because obviously I've never been to acting school, but like, if that makes sense, he just was a brilliant actor and just such a natural. It's just like all these amazing people, like Rajesh Khanna passed away, Dev Anand as well, and then now the industry is just left to a bunch of people. I'm not saying all of them, all of the new ones that have come, but just a bunch of new ones that are just there for their paycheck, and all they want is just fame. I just feel like Sridevi's his daughter, I feel like she just wants fame. I'm not being mean, I should not say this, but Sridevi's like an amazing actress, and her daughter's come into films like in the past year or like year before, come into films, and I just feel like she's just there for the fame. And I think like, not just her, Alia Bhatt's there for the fame, Varun Dhawan, they're all just there for the fame, and they're just there for a paycheck. They're just there for money. That's all they care about. They don't care about acting. It's just like all these amazing actors that passed away, they actually cared about acting, and then the industry just left to these people who just don't really care. And it's just such a shame to see, and it's just like, well, I'm just going to stick to watching my favourite Bollywood films that I've enjoyed over the years. That's all I'm just going to stick to doing, because some of these new actors just clearly don't care. Like, I'll give Tiger Shroff credit because at least he cares. At least he tries. He's trying to improve his acting. I do actually like give him credit, but I definitely won't be watching Bagi 2 or 3. Barbie 2 came out. I'm not watching Barbie 2 or 3. Thank you. First one was terrible. Shouldn't have made us another one. I am sorry, I'm not watching it, but it's such a shame what it's left to, and that's the only reason I'm not really much of a Bollywood fan like I used to be back in the day. It's just a shame. But I still like to see what new films are out, of course. Like when the trailer comes, I do want to check out the trailer. Like, because recently Ranveer Singh's got a film coming out where he's trying to be a rapper in the film, but I just feel like you've just done Eminem's 8 Mile, the Indian version. And it's just not going to be, and I could just tell it's not going to be that good, the film, isn't it? I know for a fact there's going to be scenes dragged out in it, and it's just such a shame. Ranveer Singh is a brilliant actor. He deserves, like, just, he deserves some better films. I just don't know. Like, I still like to catch up on the trailers. I still just to see what's out, if there is a film that interests me, just in case out of nowhere. But I'm just not a fan like I used to be, and I barely listen to the songs, to be honest. Like, I just think the songs are just repeated, or just, well, I just copy from other industries, and even when they make a song, it just seems like it's just repeated, another love song with repeated lyrics from previous love songs. I'm just like, why is no one getting creative here? Why is no one doing new? I just feel like India's country where we have so much, like, we have so much culture. We have so much there. We've got so much history. There's so much you can make a film on if you do your research properly. But then they just make these same lovey-dovey films all the time with total corniness all over. Let's just, like, dance. Let's get our villains to dance. That's the best, when they get the villains to dance in the song. It's like, how am I going to take this guy seriously? He's literally just, like, dancing in a really corny song. How am I going to take him seriously as a villain if he's literally doing this corny, like, sort of dances? And it's just like, oh my god, like, what is happening? But I do like to catch up on the films. I do just catch up on the songs now and then, see if anything does interest me. But a lot of the time, my impression, I'm literally just like this. Ugh, doing this because literally that's what it is. I just don't think there's anything new. There's nothing interesting. The industry hasn't really grew, to be honest. I don't think it's moved forward. It's barely moved forward, to be honest. And I'd still have my favourite actors like Hrithik Roshan, who I absolutely love, and Saif Ali Khan, like Akshay Kumar as well. I really love Ajay Devgan, like, and Aishwarya. all these I literally still love to this day. And but I'm still just gonna, but I'm just not first like I used to be. I'm just not a fan like I used to be. So that's basically my reasons. I'll probably get a lot of hate for this video if it did get round, but oh well, I'm just speaking my mind. What can I do? But anyway, just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a really long video. Oh my god, I probably just, like, went on a bit too much. But I hope you enjoy this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this video. But thank you so much for watching.